I'm just going to change your glasses so I can read and say hello to you for a little while. So good evening, everybody. Greetings from very dark Ireland this evening. Is anybody there? I can see we have 47 people watching. Hi from Arizona. Hello, everybody. Where's everybody from this evening? Hi, Aoife, how are you? Oh, thanks for tuning in, Natalie. Hi, Alicia, how are you? Hi, Belinda. Oh, this is great. Putting on these glasses, I can actually see. It's great. Hi from France. Oh, hi, Alison. Hope you got your pattern during the week. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Judith. Hi, Shan. How are you? Hi, Sharon from New Zealand. Oh, brilliant. Scotland. Cheltenham. Hi, Pauline. Oh, now we're back. Yeah, I think. Oh, hi, Kay. How are you? Hello. Hi. Yeah, I think we've a bit of patchy internet this evening, so you'll have to bear with us. So we got a new light during the week. I think you can see the difference. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Yeah, we're both good. Hi, Suki. How are you? It was lovely to talk to you during the week. No, it was us, Sandra. Yeah, it was us. We usually have great internet here, actually. It's been coming and going during the week, though. It was very cold this morning, so I'm going to blame it on the weather. Hi, Louise. How are you? So I'm joined with my IT department again this evening. So Karis is there. Hi. Oh, you're very welcome, Tanya. How are you? So Karis is here on the computer, and Karis will be popping in the links of anything that I show you this evening, and like she normally does. So Karis has to kind of root through all the fabrics on the website and find the ones that I'm showing you at the given time. So yeah, our big news this week was we got a new light in here this week. So we don't have the big stand-up lights. We have a brand new LED light this week that my partner put up for me during the week. Yesterday, actually. Yeah, we drilled it to the ceiling and got it up. Hi from New Zealand. Hi, Trisha. I love we have two Sharons from New Zealand. Thanks a million for joining us. So, hi Karen, how are you? So I hope everybody's well this evening. Are we all sewing? I actually managed to get some sewing done this week. So, oh, hi Paula, how are you? I love all the chat. I love actually watching back during the week. And hi Tess. And I actually read all the chat back during the week. I learn loads from the chat. It's great. So yeah, I got some sewing done this week. I didn't get a vlog up this week. Oh, the cocoa dress. I still have to make that, Alison. Yeah. Yeah, I got no vlog done this week. You know, one of those weeks where you just sort of hit the wall of tiredness. Yeah, I had one of them this week. So, oh, Sandra, you can see Karis's pink sparkly dress now later on. I'll give you a look at that. So, oh, cool, made a pinafore. Oh, fab. Yeah, I actually made a South Bank sweater or a South Bank dress, and I made Karis the Tilly and the Buttons Billy dress. So, here for the fabric fix. Oh, thanks a million for subscribing. Oh, good. Well, we're going to talk about Jersey this evening, Tanya. So, yeah, well, first of all, thanks to everybody who bought fabrics during the week as well. It was great wrapping everything up and sending everything off. And yeah, I hit that wall of tiredness during the week and I made a couple of mistakes. So I got to talk to two of my lovely ladies when I sent them the wrong packages. And it was absolutely lovely to talk, chat to to some of you. So it was sewing chat to some of you. So yeah, I have oh, the South Bank sweater dress is just great, Karen. I actually can't believe that I only made one this week. So out of curiosity, hi Louise, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Out of curiosity this week, I made myself a South Bank dress, and I made Keris a Billy dress. So yeah, no vlog this week. I did some sewing instead. I just got really, really tired this week, so I've just sort of taken it a bit easy. So, oh, cool, a Christmas version of the fringe dress. Oh, that sounds really nice. Oh, that sounds really lovely. So here, I mean, everybody knows the Billy dress. Oh, hi Anna, how are you? Oh, you're here. Oh, super. So this is the Billy dress from Tilly and the Buttons, and then this is the Nina Lee South Bank dress. So I'm very late to this party, but I made the two of them this week just out of curiosity to see, you know, what was the difference between them. So I'm going to stand back and show you my South Bank dress. So I made it out of this, it's the Melange winter jersey, and it's in the grey. Now, I had great plans to make this and make Keris's and tell you all about it, and then tell you where to find the patterns. And we've actually, we sold out of the patterns during the week. Are we a bit blurry, Karen, are we? I think our internet is playing up a little bit this evening, actually, so yeah. We'll see. Keris, can you check to see am I actually on the right internet? On my phone. Can we do that?
It might pause it. But
Okay.
Do you want me to?
It might pause, but we're gonna have a check and just see. No, I think, yeah, we've got one internet modem and then we've got like a booster thing, so I think we were on the wrong one. So hopefully we're back, but yeah, keep us informed on whether we're on or not. So this is the South Bank sweater dress. So I hope you can see it there. So this is so cozy. So I made a size 10 on top and then I graded out to a 12 on the hips because I always need just to have that little bit extra on the hips. I didn't put in the pockets because I just thought it was just going to be too bulky, and as much as I love the pockets, I knew that I wouldn't wear them anyway. The only difference I made was, yeah, thank God for the IT department, honest to God. Yeah, I think we should be pretty okay now, Karen, I think. Yeah, hopefully anyway. I shortened the sleeve a bit and I shortened the length, and I think I took about 2 inches off the sleeve and 2 inches off the length. So I am 5 foot tall, so that just gave me a nice length, and it was a really, really quick make. So we have sold out of this grey and we have it in a black. Let me see. Oh, hi Leonie, how are you? We have it in black, navy and a rust. So these are like really, really cozy. They're just so comfy to oh good, Judith. Oh yeah, maybe if you refresh it might actually make the picture a bit better. Yeah, cool. So that's what I made this out of. And yeah, sometimes just the pockets can just be, I love the old pockets, but I think yeah, I think they can just be too bulky. Now, I did put the pockets into Keris's, so I'm going to get Keris to come up here now and join and show us the Billy. So if you just want to step back there a little bit, Keris. So this is the Billy. I made Keris's in the smallest size. Give us a little twirl, Keris. Go on, do a bit of modelling. And they have massive, oh, hi Beverly, how are you? Massive pockets, and they're just amazing. Like, I think you could fit your iPad into the pockets. They're actually so big. And I made this for Keris out of, do you want to come a bit closer, Keris? This is the lovely sparkly French terry that we had in a couple of weeks ago, and we did sell out of it really fast. But I did keep Keris a little bit, because what happens here is our delivery comes in and myself and Keris look and go, oh my God, I love that fabric. And all of a sudden it's sold. So we made, we cut this bit off for Keris straight away because she knew she liked it. So Keris has, yeah, Keris has, the sleeve is down to here and I didn't make any adjustments to it. So I think on the pattern it actually looks like the sleeve is slightly short, but on Keris it's perfect. And we shortened the length on Keris too long on her. So do you want to stand back and just show? So I think it's a really nice length on her actually. And the only other change I made, hi Sharon, oh from South Africa, oh you're so welcome. The only other change I made was the band on the bottom here. I made it a little bit wider simply because there's not an awful lot of stretch. Oh, thank you. There's not an awful lot of stretch on this fabric, so I thought she'd be a little bit kind of caught on the bottom of it. So yeah, but she likes it. So back to the IT department, Keris. Yeah, so I think I have that fabric ordered in some other colours, and I think the delivery's coming on Tuesday. They've totally run out of the pink, of course, but I have ordered a lovely grey and a lovely like denim colour. So yeah, hopefully they'll be in during the week. So we got another surprise delivery during the week. We got some more cables. I seem to these heathered cables here have been really, actually those 4 colours have been so popular. There's the claret, so that came in. I ordered some of the cables from a company, hi Gail, how are you? From a company sometime in the middle of September, and I just gave up. I thought they're never going to arrive. And then I got an email on Monday to say that they were arriving, so I couldn't believe these heathered ones came. So that's the denim. That's the mauve, and that's the aqua. And I know a few people had actually asked me to let them know when they came back in, but they're gone for so long I can't remember. So they're there on the site for the moment anyway. And let me see, what else came in during the week? Oh yeah, we got some new patterns. So I know a lot of people were waiting on the Deer and Doe Aram pattern. So that's the Aram dress. And we got a load of them in during the week, so we should have enough for everybody. And then I ordered this skirt actually, because I thought this would be kind of cute. So it's just a little wrap skirt, and you can make it with one fabric on the outside and a facing on the inside, or you can make it so it's reversible. So we have, do you have, no, we don't have the stone. The stone didn't come in, sorry, no. Yeah, so I thought that would be kind of cute. So yeah, loads of these in, and we're well stocked now on all of our Deer and Doe patterns. And we got some new mavens in as well. So we'd been out of all the mavens, and one that I got that I didn't have before is the Maria apron. So I think that would be really nice now. It'd be lovely for cooking the Christmas dinner. So that's a really cool pattern. So yeah, we're well stocked on all of our mavens. We're well stocked on our Tilly and the Buttons, apart from the Billy, of course, and we have another order from Nina Lee. Sorry, is it sweatshirting? It's a knit, Judith. So it's, I suppose, yeah, it's a knit fabric. I have more from Nina Lee ordered to come in during the week as well. And then we also got, and I had these ordered for ages because I really love the colours of these. We got these lovely baby knits. So these are Cloud 9 fabrics. They are, oh yeah, the Maven patterns are really lovely, Anna. Yeah, really well explained. So these are the 2 lovely Cloud 9 baby knits. So they're really, really soft. So this one is called Swooping Cranes. So what I like about this one actually is that it's got the pattern going in 2 directions. So I'm going to make myself a skirt. I'm going to make a Nina Lee's Camden skirt out of this, and I'm going to do, I can do one side of it upside down, so the pattern will work, you know what I mean. So that's what I really like about that one. And I love the colours of this one. I think this one is really nice. I love all the colours. So it's got a navy background and just nice, I don't know, Christmassy colours to me. I think they're really nice. So they're brand new. Very, yeah, they are. There's a real 70s look to them, Karen, isn't there? And I think the Camden skirt is just perfect for them. So I'm going to make a plain Camden skirt. I'm not going to put the pockets on it, just keep it really simple. And there's a bit of a Boden look about them as well, I think. I think if I saw a skirt like these at the Boden catalogue, I'd love them. Do you know, I'd really, really want them. So I think with a pair of navy tights and maybe a pink jumper, I think that would be really nice. Aren't they so different? Yeah. You could, Aoife, yeah, they're lovely and light. Yeah, and we've got loads of needle cords and baby cords at the moment as well. So yeah, they're nice. I'll show you the drape on them actually. Yes, you would is right, Karen. Exactly, you would pay the earth. The only thing I've done with the Bowden catalogue is flick and get ideas. So yeah, they're not stiff. There's a really lovely drape to them. Now they're not cheap. They're 22 a metre, I think, and they are. What width are they at all? Actually, I think they are. It's on the website anyway. What width? I've just gone a blank. So yeah, I think they're lovely. And the other good news as well is, you know, the vintage floral needle cord, the lovely one with the black. Oh, make a gorgeous jacket, Sharon, wouldn't it? Yeah, they are fab, Aoife. You know, the lovely black vintage floral needle cord. I think you should be able to find it there, Caris. It's in black and it's in red. And we've had it in a few times and I've managed to get another bolt of the black and it's going to be here on Tuesday, which is great news. And we have some of the red coming in as well. So we've got loads going on. I mean, this time of the year, I really didn't think we'd have an awful lot coming in, but we've still got loads. And then we got two new, well, they're new to us here. I know they're not new designs, but we got two more art gallery jerseys in as well. So we got this lovely coloured one with the stripes. This is, I suppose, one of the most well-known art gallery jerseys. This is gorgeous. And they're all in the new arrived section. So when, I love this one as well, Lynn, yeah. Whenever the new ones come in, I pop them straight into the new arrivals. So if you see anything that I pop up on Instagram, then if you want to find them the quickest, they're in the new arrivals. So that's that one, that's really lovely. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah, it's so pretty. And I have a lovely black needle cord coming in during the week as well. So I could see this in a little top and a black needle cord skirt. I think a needle cord is a really great fabric for this time of the year, isn't it? Paula, I get it out of just over a metre, but it depends on the pattern. If there's a pattern in it, you will need a little bit more. So a plain fabric, you can get one piece going down and then the other one going up, so you can sort of intertwine the two, and then you have the pockets. So I think to be safe, maybe a metre and a half. What do you girls think about the Camden skirt? And then I got this one as well, so there's a lovely kind of autumny winter look about this one. This is lovely, lovely oranges and greens. And there's like a pale peachy pink, a metre and a half, yeah, just to be sure. So they're the new ones that we got in during the week. So that was patterns, loads of fabrics, and we do have more new fabrics coming in during the week as well. So we have the, you know, the double gauzes up here. We've got them coming in black and metre and a half for the needle cord. I think so, yeah, with definitely a metre and a half for the needle cord, because the needle cord can have a pile as well, so if you turn it the wrong way it may not work. But I am making one out of the swooping cranes and I'm able to get that out of less because of the way you can place the pattern on it. So yeah, double gauze coming in black and that lovely teal colour that we had as well before. So do you have that pattern? Yeah, we have the Camden skirt in, Paula. Yeah, we have. And we have more of them coming in. I think there's a few of them on the website at the minute, and then I have more of them ordered, because I think it's one of my favourite patterns of all time, isn't it, at this stage? So I was going to have a chat with you about jersey fabrics this evening, because I get loads of emails, because I do say on here, if anybody wants to ask anything, just to pop me an email through the website and I'll do my best to answer it. So I suppose just for the sake of it, I'm not a qualified teacher in any way. I'm not qualified to give information. I'm just telling you information that I've learned over the years. And no, this one isn't actually riding up with the tights at all. So yeah, I've learned through I've just learned through experience. So I'm just going to tell you my tips and tricks. And I know I have a load of knowledgeable ladies there now watching. So whatever jersey, yeah, mine too, Lynn. I just love it. Yeah. So I'm just going to run through some of the things that I think about jerseys. So you wear your South Bank sweater with a slip underneath. Oh, cool, Karen. Yeah, I bought a slip lately, actually. So but I'm finding with this fabric, it's not actually sticking to the tights at all. And I know a couple of weeks ago, I did ask about tights on one of my videos, and somebody suggested, well, I think all of you suggested the snag tights. And I got the snag tights and they are amazing. So this fabric is just sort of skimming over the tights. It's not sticking at all. Now I will say definitely with the corduroys, you'd either want to line your skirt or wear a slip, because corduroy is a devil for getting stuck to tights, isn't it? So definitely line it or get a slip. So yeah, most of the questions that I get asked through the Contact Us page are about jerseys. So jersey is definitely one of my most favourite things to sew, and I think that's because it's definitely one of my most favourite things to wear. So I know I keep repeating myself, but when I'm working, when I'm on the computer and everything, I just love to be able to move and stretch, and that's what I love about jersey. So what is the difference, or what is the difference between a woven fabric and a jersey? So when you're talking about cottons and viscoses, what's the difference between the woven version and the jersey version? Well, basically, the hint is in the description. The woven cotton is woven on a loom, so it's got the warp and the weft, and they are woven. And the jersey version then is knitted. So when we talk about jerseys and punties and say cotton jerseys, viscose jerseys, modal, I've got Modal Tencel there, then they are all basically knitted. So they don't fray, which is great. That's what I love. So you can just use your ordinary sewing machine. You don't need an overlocker. If you have an overlocker, it's a bonus, isn't it? You can whip up a jersey t-shirt really quickly. But if you don't have an overlocker, like, don't be thinking, I can't sew jersey because I don't have an overlocker and I don't have a cover stitch machine. You just need your normal sewing machine. You just have to make a few adjustments with needle and thread and things like that, and you're away sewing jersey. So what I love about jersey is, and if you see me looking to one side, I've actually written myself a couple of notes because I do tend to get distracted by my own thoughts and I go off on a tangent. So the advantages of jersey is they're so much easier to fit. So once you can do your full bust adjustment and have your favourite, yeah, definitely, have your favourite t-shirts, have your adjustments made. You can whip up a t-shirt in no length. You don't have to worry about the seams fraying. You don't have to make major adjustments to have it fit. So sewing patterns are generally that bit simpler. So you can, I think with jersey fabrics, you can go for really lovely coloured, well, I love patterns anyway, and I probably need some more plains. Oh, that's okay, Susan, you're very welcome. We're talking about jersey fabrics this evening, just to bring you up to speed. So we've got loads of jerseys here in stock at the moment. So I just got to bring you over to some of the fabrics here. So what I'm wearing now would be a knit. What Keris is wearing is a knit. So your cotton jersey, your viscose jerseys, your French terries, your sweatshirtings, they're all knits. So basically, once you get the key to even cutting out, using the right needles, using the thread, getting your stitch right, making a note of it, you're flying it, sewing anything in jersey. So I am a scissors and pins person, and I always have been. And how I like to lay out my fabric is, oh, brilliant, Jan. Oh, that's super. I'm glad I could help. So I love to lay out my fabric, and I like to place all my pattern pieces on it and get the best out of my fabric and try and place the patterns. If there's a big pattern, I like to try and place it as best I can. Shouldn't I be wearing a mask? Right, okay. yeah, I like to pin everything out. I like to get my jersey all nice and flat on my table, or more often I actually I cut out on the floor. So definitely if you cut out on a table and you're used to letting your fabric overhang, I wouldn't do that for jersey, because then you're distorting the shape of your fabric. And so I know that the best. Oh, thanks, Karis. I know that a lot of people say that like a cutting mat and a rotary cutter and weights is the best way to cut out your jersey. So I suppose if you're a beginner, that's probably the best way to get started. You get a nice clean cut with your rotary cutter. I personally use my scissors. I've tried the rotary cutter, but I'm so long using a scissors. It's just my way of doing things. So I pin everything down nicely and I cut everything out as best I can. And I think the lovely thing about sewing jersey as well is that there's less darts in it, and you have less faffing when you're sewing, so it's nice and straightforward. So then when we get to needles, this is, I think, the most important. Are you a scissors girl too? Yeah. Yeah, so it's just what you get used to, isn't it? And as they say, if it's not broken, why fix it, isn't it? Oh, I kept Paula, I think I'm too old as well. I'm just getting. Yeah, we'll talk about that now, actually, Beverly. Yeah. Oh, and you use your rotary cutter. Yeah, it's horses for courses, isn't it? So when we get to needles, the most important thing, I think, is to get the right needle for your machine. And I am definitely of the opinion that, hi Liz, how are you? I'm definitely of the opinion that sewing machines definitely have personalities. And once you find the right needle that your machine likes, then again, you're flying it. So you have, these are the jersey needles that I use. So I always go to the wrong side for the camera. So there's a jersey needle, there's a stretch needle, and there's a ballpoint needle. So I have ballpoint as well. And basically the difference to them and your normal standard needle is that the tip of them is slightly rounded. Now, if you poked the needle into your finger, it's still sharp, but it's not as sharp as your basic standard needle. So basically what happens is this needle doesn't actually pierce through, say, the yarn of the knit. It kind of rolls over all the yarn, so it doesn't break it as much. So I also have I have a stretch twin needle here as well I wanted to show you. So unless, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I am aware, the jersey, the stretch, the ballpoint, they all do the same thing. It's just to find out which one actually works best for your machine. So I find I can use any of these machines, or any of these needles. I tend to use the jersey needle in my sewing machine when I'm sewing cotton jersey. I never have a problem at all with cotton jersey. I just find sometimes with my machine it does not like viscose jerseys. So what happens is I end up with skipping stitches, I end up with thread breakages, and it just drives me mental. But I could use it another time and it'll sew viscose jersey beautifully. So I don't know. So the other thing then to think about when you're sewing jersey as well is that you don't sew with a straight stitch, because if you sew with a straight stitch, yeah, it definitely does, Karen, doesn't it? The sewing machines can be a bit of a diva. The twin needle and a walking foot. Isn't that funny? Yeah, whatever it is about viscose. Now my old faff will sew anything, and it will actually sew anything with any needle. But my new Husqvarna, well, it's about 4 years old, but it's still new to me. It kicks up a bit of a fuss over the viscose jerseys. So what I tend to use when I am sewing my jerseys is I tend to use a zigzag stitch. So yeah, sometimes, yeah, flimsy, I think that's what it is, yeah. Now, if I adjust, say, the pressure on, tissue, yes, I must try that, Tess, actually. What I've done is I have adjusted the pressure of my foot on the fabric as well, and it seems to work that bit better. But I tend to use a zigzag stitch myself. So there's a oh, thanks for answering that, Karen, sorry. There's a triple stitch. I find it too slow. I just find I'm waiting for it to sew the end of the seam. It just goes far too slowly for me. So how I sewed these two actually, and I took note of this, was I sewed with a 2.5 length on the zigzag and a 1.5 on the width, and it actually sewed really, really nicely. I tested it out on a piece of Keris's fabric first, and I gave it a good stretch and it didn't break. And what I like about the zigzag is if you have to make any other alterations or you have to unpick anything, then it's very easy for you to unpick your zigzag, whereas you just can't. Exactly, Paula, that's exactly what I was going to get to. It's impossible to unpick the lightning bolt stitch or the zigzags or the triple stitch, so I tend to use the zigzag. I tend to zigzag first and overlock after, and that's simply because I love to look into a garment and just see all of the edges overlocked. It's just, I think when I learned how to sew, my mother used to always say that, you know, you need to look inside your garment and admire how nice it is and finished it is on the inside as well as the outside. So it's just habit again. It's no more than me and the scissors. It's just habit for me. So am I very blurry? Oh, sorry, Patricia. It's I think our internet is not fantastic this evening. So yeah, and you know, Alison, once you have an overlocker, you'll never go back. Oh, yeah, do the same. Yeah, it's just whatever you get used to, isn't it? So oh, you do the same, Anna, it's not just me. So yeah, I zigzag and then I overlock after. Now you don't have to overlock because the overlocking is really just to make the edge of the fabric not fray. So the jersey fabrics don't fray, but I have noticed that on the French terries, they can fray just because of the loop back on them a little bit. So I would probably overlock that. I don't think that they will fray to the point that, you know, it's going to run all the way into the seam, but definitely the loop back does fray. It does look more professional, Alison, isn't it? Yeah, but if you don't have an overlocker, it's not going to stop you sewing jersey fabrics, is it? So the other thing then to talk about is the a walking foot. So I don't have a walking foot for this machine that I have, and it is definitely on my list. So the walking foot is also called a dual feed foot as well. Oh, it's great comments coming in. You're brilliant for getting involved in the comments. So yeah, the walking foot is also called a dual feed foot. So where your normal foot will just sew straight across the fabric, your walking foot actually walks. So it's got a feed dog as part of the walking foot. So you've got like your feed dog of your machine, your feed dog of your walking foot. And then what happens is that your two layers of jersey will travel at the same speed. Now, I used to use a walking foot years ago when I sewed a lot of velvet, when I was doing like bridesmaids and things like that. And I found that it was absolutely brilliant for that. And I don't think I ever took it off my machine. So if you have a walking foot, you'll probably tend to find that you'll use it an awful lot. So yeah, brilliant for any of the slippery fabrics as well. So it would be really good for the jersey, for the viscose, because that is quite slippery. So on the point of if you want to get started into jersey fabrics, I would suggest getting started with cotton jerseys because they're less slippery, they're far more stable. So I'll just show you, I have a load of them here. So this is a new one that we got in last week, and this has a little sparkle in it. It's got a black background, so it's very stable. So it would be brilliant for when you're cutting out, that you can lay it out. It's not going to move. One layer isn't going to start moving on top of the other layer. So it has a nice drape to it, but it has really nice body and really good stretch. So a cotton jersey would definitely be a good starting point if you want to get started into sewing jerseys. This one is a Modal Tencel. So this to me feels like a viscose jersey, but it's just got almost like thicker sweating. How much thicker is sweatshirting than, I'll come to that in a minute. It's just that little bit. Yeah, I definitely have to buy a walking foot. I was hoping to buy one actually this year at the Knitting and Stitching show. That was the plan. So this is a modal. So it's quite springy. So I think the key to sewing your modal and your viscose is definitely preparation is key. Cotton jersey, yeah, so cotton jersey is basically a cotton knit with either spandex, lycra or elastane in it. Yes, Sharon, my old faff had the built-in walking foot as well. Oh, that's so funny, you've gone from a faff to a Husqvarna just like me. So the faffs have a built-in, it's called the IDT system. I don't actually know what those letters stand from, but it's got like a built-in walking foot. And I had that machine for 23 odd years, so I didn't need a walking foot. And it was absolutely brilliant, it'll just sew anything. The Loopback Jersey is more like a ponte. Yeah, yes. So it's quite springy, and it's got a lovely buttery feel to it. Really, really lovely and very stretchy, very springy. And then you have, look for a viscose. Oh. So your modal would be, I suppose, the same kind of thickness as a cotton jersey, but a little bit more slippery and far more springy. And then your viscose jerseys, this one is called, yeah, Aquarelle, Caris. There's only a small bit of this one left, but I'm just showing it for the purpose. Viscose jerseys would be lighter. They would be a little bit clingier when you wear them. So I find with the viscose jerseys, they're really lovely if you want to make something with a nice drape to them. So if you have some gathering, they're lovely in a dress that has a gathered skirt. So they'll gather up really nicely. They're lovely in a wrap dress. If you make something a little bit more form-fitting, you know, they will show up, say, your underwear or, you know, the elastic of your tights, things like that. And they're definitely thinner. So that's why I suppose they'll hold all the nice drape a bit better. Oh, thanks Karen for hopping in there and answering the ones I'm missing. So that's the difference between the cotton, the jersey and the modal. But definitely as a beginner, I would start with the cottons. So this would be a knit as well, obviously. The French terries are knits. So the French terries would have a loop back on them. So you can see the back there. So these would be great for, say, tracksuit bottoms where you don't want like bagging of the knees or things. I know somebody asked that last week. And they have great stretch and great recovery to them. And as I say, I just think they will fray. See, they will just fray that little bit, but I think that's more the loop back is fraying. So they're a nice thickness. Just think of, say, your, say, jogging pants, that kind of weight of a fabric. And I always think it's great as well that when you find a fabric that you love and you've seen it on a website and you can see the weight of it, then just take note of the weight and then you'll know what you're buying the next time, say. And then we have what I call the fluffy back sweatshirting, which is just Karis loves. So this is like your hoodie fabric. So this will be lovely for, this is the painted stripes, I think, Karis, yeah. So this one has like the fluffiness on the back of it. I've just been sort of pulling at the edges today and they're not fraying in any way. So this will be a really quick fabric to pop a hoodie or a sweatshirt together. And we've got loads of sweatshirt patterns as well. I know I have a few there now that I'm going to show you as well. So the cable knits as well, they don't fray. You don't have to overlock them either. And again, just, you know, try out. I always think when you come into a different fabric, just kind of test out the stitch and then make a note of it. I have like a little sheet that I fill in when I'm sewing things and I take note of thread that I've used and stitches that I've used. So then it's very easy when you go to make something out of a similar fabric again, just to look up your sheets and all the information is there for you as well. And another thing as well to think about when you're sewing jersey is to use a good quality thread. So I would always use, I practically always use a Gutterman thread anyway. Now you can get away with your cheaper threads in woven fabrics, but I don't find it works with the jersey threads. It's worth buying your Gutterman thread, definitely. And let me see now, is there anything else? Because I did write myself up some notes. Oh, let me see now. Yeah, take a note. Because yeah, your bad quality thread, you'll definitely have like skipping stitches and things like that, and that would just wreck your head. Oh, are you? Oh, fab. Anna, you're wearing the blue cable knit. Yeah, that was one of the blue ones that came in during the week. I actually didn't think we'd get any more there. Is fleece a knit? It would be, yeah. So, oh God, it's happening again. The cough is starting again. This is just from too much talking, isn't it? Had to buy better thread. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, we are going to be stocking threads as well. Didn't look right. Yeah, we're going to be stocking threads, so I'm on the look for threads at the moment, because I think it would be really handy as well, you know, that we might be able to match up some threads for you as well. I did say what I was wearing. Yeah, I'm wearing the South Bank sweater. It's the Nina Lee pattern. I'm very late to the Nina Lee South Bank sweater party, but I'll definitely be making more of these. And you can use any knit for these. I'm sure everybody watching this evening has probably made a South Bank sweater. So we also have actually Pontiromas as well. So they are a knit as well, and sometimes they can be described as a double knit. So no, you don't need stretch thread. No, once you use the right stitch, so your zigzag then would be thought of as a stretch stitch. So if you think your zigzag is like that, and then when you pull your fabric, you're going to be pulling it out to a stretch, out to a straight stitch, aren't you? So it kind of makes sense when you think about it like that, doesn't it? But definitely do a test anyway. And so what I did on these was, just if you want to take note, because I wrote this down, I thought this was great, I used a 2.5 in the length and I used a 1.5 in the width. This fabric is the Melange winter knit jersey, and we don't have the grey anymore, but we have black, navy and rust. I've also had a load of questions actually about the Angora knits as well. I think we're out of most of those on the website. We won't be getting them back in now this year because the company actually takes too long to dispatch them, and by the time we would get them, they would be just too late for posting out. So I am going to order them, but we'll probably get a new lot of them in January. So yeah, the cable knits do have...
There's just a question I'm waiting.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What's the question, Karis?
Does the cable knit have a kind of nylon type mesh on the back of it?
Oh, I'll show you them actually.
I bought some last year and I'm not keen on the back.
Ah, okay. I'll show you the backs of them. So I find on these heathered ones, they have a different colour on the back. So this is... Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to try. I think the fit of the South Bank sweater is really lovely. So this is the back of... It is nylon-y. Yeah, that's the back of this like denim blue one. And then this is the back of the claret. So it's not cabled all the way through. There's like a, almost like a shadow of the cabling. That's it. Yeah. I'm not offended by them. I've worn loads of them, and I've made from loads of them. The Angora knits are... I've got one here, I think. I have a big pile of knits there. I just don't want to have an avalanche. These are the Angora knits, so they're the front. They're the same, pretty much the same front and back. So yeah, we had that lovely green, and you know, it's funny, I was ordering the green and I was thinking, God, I hope people like the green, and then the green was definitely one of the favourites. So yeah, we will be getting them back, but we won't have them back now this year, 2020. There'll be a 2021 fabric, I think. So did I miss any questions there, Karis?
Just I have trouble stitching a knit neckline. What is the best
Oh,
way?
now that was the next thing on my list, actually. So when it comes to, yeah, Anna, you just grabbed the Angoras. They're really, really nice. This is a little bit, this is thicker than an Angora. So this, I think, would be maybe double the thickness of the Angoras. This is so cozy. I can see myself wearing this all week. So the necklines, when you're doing jersey, you've got three options really. So you can do a band on it. So this is more of a turtleneck, I suppose. So you can do a band on your neckline, or you can turn down a hem on your neckline. So you could do a double hem if you wanted, or you could overlock it and turn down a hem, or you can do a facing. So my most favourite way of doing it is to do a band on it, because I think that sits really nicely. I actually wasn't sure of the South Bank sweater neck, but I actually really like this. Louise, I'm just out of the South Bank sweater pattern, but Nina Lee is sending more on Monday, so I should have them by the end of the week. Will you let me know when you get the mint colour? I'm not actually getting the mint colour with the dot on it. I'm getting teal and I'm getting black. And as far as I know, they're going to be here on Tuesday. So a pattern that I would probably recommend as well if you're getting started on jersey is, and I've got a couple here. So a good jersey book would of course be the Tilly and the Buttons. Oh, I will save you one, Louise. Yeah, no problem at all. A good book would be the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book, because there's some amazing, simple, well-explained patterns in that. And I have the Agnes top, which I haven't actually made yet again. This is the Agnes top. So it's got the really lovely sleeves on it, and it's got a plain version sleeve as well. So I can guarantee you that the instructions in this would just hold your hand as well. I found the instructions on the Billy sweatshirt dress brilliant, even down to what stitch length and width to set the machine to. And I followed it to the letter, and it was just absolutely brilliant. So that one would be a really good one. I know a lot of people have used that and hacked it. And Karen, you've probably made loads of them, have you? I think that's a really, really good one. And there's loads of free patterns as well, actually. And I have to mention Glasshouse Patterns. The lovely Tanya has a free t-shirt pattern that I was a tester for, and it's called the Silene Tee. So it's Silene, and it's Glasshouse Patterns. So that would be a lovely free pattern. So that would come as a PDF, and you'd have to get it printed and whatever, or you could buy your paper pattern and trace it. I've got really into tracing patterns lately, actually, so it's really funny. I find it quite therapeutic. I have run out of, oh brilliant, I have run out of tracing paper myself, so I bought greaseproof paper during the week, and I realised when I had to put two pieces together to make a sleeve that you can't use sellotape on greaseproof paper. It just does not stick. So yeah, that was one of the funny ones. So yeah, that's a really good one. We have loads of them in stock. And of course, another favourite of the Tilly and the Buttons as well is the Cocoa. Now this is really good out of the Ponte-Romas, so Karen would be a fan of that one as well, wouldn't you, Karen? So what I think when choosing a pattern, the Swedish tracing paper, Geraldine, the neckline and shoulders, the only main difference between the two sweaters. Yeah, oh yeah, actually I should tell you about that. So I'll just tell you about these first. So on the back of the patterns, they will make suggestions for different types of fabrics as well. And as well as that, you will see some patterns that will ask you for a certain percentage of stretch. And on the big 4 patterns, there's usually like a little tape measure on the back of them, and you can do your measuring for your stretch. And I noticed on the Sew House 7, this is definitely one of my favourites as well, there is a little stretch guide on the back here. So what you basically do is you hold your fabric across this, and if it'll stretch as far as here, it's perfect for the pattern. Oh, brilliant. Have you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do have the Stella hoodie in the stretch book. That's such a good book, isn't it? So that's basically how you check out your stretch. So what I do is I go by a 10 centimeters. So I will measure out 10 centimeters of my fabric. And if it needs to be 25% stretch, I know that if it measures out to 12.5 centimeters without any problem, then I have 12.5%. I have 25% stretch. If it looks for, say, 40%, then if it measures out to 14 centimeters, it's perfect. So there's that little bit of maths. But if you do have this on the back of your pattern, that's a really good help as well. So the difference between the Billy and the South Bank, I have found, is that the South Bank has a drop shoulder, whereas the Billy, do you want to stand up actually, Caris, and we'll do our little comparison. So the Billy has more of a, pop that up there. The Billy has more of almost a set-in sleeve, so you have more of a sleeve head on your pattern piece, whereas this has more like a t-shirt sleeve on it. And yeah, I think once you get started, and I am a bit obsessive like that, aren't I? I think this will be my new obsession. The pockets are different as well. So if you want to turn to the side, the Billy pocket has a little cutout, which I think is really nice. And I have to admit, when I was making the pocket, I did not think it was going to sit, but it sits beautifully. Was the yardage? Yeah, it was pretty good, Alicia. Yeah, it was good for Keris's. Yeah, the yardage was good. And the cuffs were the same. The band was the same. The band on the South Bank has a band for the front and it has one for the back. So the one for the front is slightly longer. The one for the back is a bit shorter. Yeah, I was the same, Karen. I left them out for me, but I knew they'd be lovely on Keris. And I have a funny, I think I'm going to make myself a Billy, because I think where the pockets are, I don't think they're going to be too bulky. So they sit in really, really nicely. They just sit in, and they're not really thick and lumpy. So, and they're they're a big pocket. So yeah, overall they're very, very similar, apart from, yeah, the shoulder and the sleeve and pocket. That was it, but they are very simple. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I'll have to make one, Karen. And I know the 2 fabrics I used are quite different, so I have a piece of this in rust for myself, so I might make a Billy out of the rust so that I'm using the same fabric, and I shall report back. I think it would be interesting, but I am loving the pockets on Keris's one, and I think I'll probably be making her another one again, because I think she quite likes this. So that's it. Thank you for modelling, Keris. So have I missed any questions there along the way or anything? Oh, fab, Angie. You'll really like the pattern. I'm really, really impressed with it. I really like it. What other patterns had I got here now, actually? So, oh yeah, here's one I was waiting for ages as well. Another knit. So it's the Tabor Sew House 7 pattern. So that's a lovely V-neck. I really like the look of that. We have the Jara as well. Jersey for pants. I think if you wanted a lovely drape, I actually think the Modal Jersey would be really lovely for pants as well. It has it? Let me have a look. It doesn't have a turtleneck, but it does have those really cool sleeves. So it's got the other lovely option of the sleeve. But I think just for your turtleneck, you could just extend the height of it. If you want a turtleneck that will sit up a little bit more like this, maybe make your neckband just that little bit longer as well, so that it will sit up, I think. Would that be right? This is a lovely dress as well for jerseys. So that's a really nice one as well. It's definitely on my hit list. And one that I've made a few times actually, and I really enjoyed making, is the Nina Lee Mayfair dress. So that is like a seriously fast dress to make as well. I really enjoyed that. It came together really well, and it was the first time ever I had used the burrito method for enclosing all of the collar, and it was fabulous. It was really enjoying to do. I think Billy, yeah, I think you should definitely get a Billy. So I think I've ordered about a dozen of the patterns. I did find they were a little bit slow to dispatch the last time, so yeah, keep an eye out on the website, but you can buy them pretty easily anyway. They just flew out. So when I did my order originally for the Tilly and the Buttons, they just let us know that there was a new one. Hi Gina, how are you? They let us know that there was a new pattern coming on, and you know when you see something and you just go, oh, that is going to be a winner, and it really is, and it just fits. It fits so nicely, and it came together really fast. So I made the South Bank and the Billy yesterday, and yeah, they just flew together. Hi. Oh, thanks so much for all the comments. You're all so good to interact. Actually, somebody was saying to me during the week as well, I was chatting to one of the ladies and she said that she can't comment on the live. So I've Googled and I can't figure out how. So if anybody knows, is there something that you have to do with your settings or something? Have you I have chosen my fabric for my heather. I'm going to use that, I think it's called the Dots Crepe, so, or not Dots Crepe, Dots Jersey in the cobalt colour. I have it pre-washed and everything, it's all ready to go. And I think I'm going to make a red Ponte Roma one for Christmas. I think that would be really nice. Or I'll make one of these in the Ponte Roma, because this is just so comfy. Ah, oh, okay. So you can just comment from your laptop and not from your tablet. Okay. Ah, okay. So I know that a lot of people watch this back, so they just watch the replay rather than join the live because they said they can't comment. So maybe that's what it is. How did you find the fit of the Beatrice, Andrea? What is the Beatrice, Geraldine? The Beatrice. You might have to expand on that, Geraldine. I don't quite know what that is. So let me see. Have I got any? I think I've got I've gone through all my list here. You have to be logged into your YouTube account. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. You need to have an account to comment. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Okay, so maybe those who are trying to comment and they can't, maybe they've just gone into YouTube. Oh, the heather, Geraldine. Haven't done it yet. I kind of got carried away and did the South Bank dress. So I think what's happened to me over the last couple of weeks that I haven't actually sewn anything. I haven't been able to get to do any sewing. So I was dying to make the Billy. In fact, I had a funny feeling that we didn't have a Billy pattern here, but I had kept one for ourselves, thank God. And I think I'm going to make the heather dress next, unless I make another South Bank. This is just so nice and it's just so comfy. So has anybody else got any questions about... Oh, they are so cozy, Judith. They really are. And I had planned to make them for this live, and I actually couldn't believe that we ran out of both patterns during the week. But look at, that's what happens, isn't it? Cashmere, I'd say it's the Angora you're wondering about, Gina. It's acrylic. What is it that you made? I made it out of the Melange winter jersey. Mariana, I made the 10 on the top and then I graded out to a 12 on the hips, and I actually feel it's really good. I actually really like it. If anybody's wondering as well, I have my measurements written into the description box, and my height, my bust, waist and hips, because I find it really handy. There's a few people that I follow now and I'm similar sized, so it's really great if you can find like hi, how are you? Hi, Lily. It's great if you can find almost like a fit double, isn't it? It's brilliant when you can find, and it's also great. I did pre-wash the cable knit, yeah. It's great when you can find a fit double and you can actually ask them what size they made. It's brilliant. I don't have any problem. So if anybody's the same-ish size as me, just pop me a message and I'll tell you what size I've made or anything. Oh, it's brilliant, Karen, isn't it? Yeah, you're taller. You're definitely taller than me, but I think we are quite similar. So I actually, I pre-washed this fabric. I pre-washed Keris's and I pre-washed another few fabrics as well that I had kind of cut, and I actually popped them into the dryer for a little while because it was really, really damp and horrible here the other day, and I thought if I kind of half dry them in the dryer, and they turned out absolutely perfect because I would just, you know, when you've got a notion in your head about sewing, and I find it so hard to actually fit time for sewing as well sometimes, that I just want to grab the fabric and wash it. Lengthen the dress version. Oh no, I didn't have to. I actually shortened it, Karen, because I'm so short. I'm only 5 foot. Yeah, definitely pre-wash your jerseys. Definitely, because I've learned the hard way on a few of mine. So definitely. The only other thing I wanted to say about jersey actually is when you're doing your hems, and say the hem on maybe a short sleeve or the hem on the bottom of a t-shirt, then you can use your, I do crochet actually, I do like crocheting, yeah. You can use a zigzag on the bottom of it, or that's where your, that's where the twin needle comes in. So the twin needle does a really professional look, say on a hem, or if you wanted to stitch around the edge of your neckband, so you'll get a very professional look. You'll have 2 lines of equidistant stitches. So what you need is 2 reels of your thread, and what I would advise you do is look up the book of your sewing machine, and it will tell you how to use your twin needle, and that's what I did, and I followed it to the letter. So what size? This one is, actually that's the wrong one I'm showing you. This is my twin needle, so it says it's a 475, so that means it's 4 millimeters apart. Would that be right? So this is the one that I've used, and it's worked out really, really nicely. So you need, yeah, 2 reels of thread. So you would put 1 thread into where you normally would, and then generally you would put your other reel of thread in where you put your reel when you're going to do your bobbin. And then there's a certain way of threading your machine so that they don't get knotted. And then you just have 1 bobbin, and I actually really like the look underneath when you're stitching with your twin needle. Is it okay to message you regarding me? Yeah, of course it is, Michaela. Anything, just message away. Yeah, absolutely. So underneath on the reverse, it's like a zigzag stitch, so it looks really, really nice. It does, yeah, definitely it does tunnel at times, but I find a good old pressing of the iron. I have a really good steam iron. Yeah, so helpful, Karen. Yeah, I do as well. And I know a lot of people ask me. So if you're looking for my measurements or anything like that, it's always in the description box. It's also on my bio in my Instagram. So the links to my Instagram are in the description box as well if you want to follow me. So I haven't been very active on it lately because I've just been really, really busy. So I think there'll be a picture of this coming up soon as well. Yeah, the tunnel, yeah. Yeah, I think the iron is great. If there's any problems, oh, good. Oh, that's super. That's great. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Actually, we're really enjoying doing these videos. So, yeah, we'll keep them coming. So if you have any suggestions, I just thought that, did you crochet? Yeah, I do crochet granny squares actually. Actually, I have a crochet blanket that myself, my sister and my mother did when we were kids, when my mother was teaching us how to crochet. Oh, good. Okay, I hope that's all helped. There's loads of YouTube videos as well about sewing with jersey as well, but this is just all that I've sort of learned over the years, and I do enjoy sewing with the jerseys. So if anybody has any extra little hints or tips for sewing with the viscose jerseys, I would be delighted, because I tend to take out my old faff when I'm doing the viscose because it's happier. So any of the fabrics that I would have shown you this evening, Keris will have popped the links into the chat. and they're all on the website anyway. And if you want to ask any questions about any fabrics, just ask through the contact us on the top of the website as well. So, did I miss up any questions, Karis?
I don't think so.
I think I kept on top of them this evening as well, nicely. Oh, the microtext needle. I definitely have to try one of those as well. That's on my list, Karen, as well. Oh, super. Brilliant. Oh, that's great. And yeah, thanks to anybody who has ordered fabrics off us. And you're all loving the tea, actually. I've had a load of messages about I'm enjoying a cup of tea now. So we got these lovely teas during the week. They're made in our county, and so they're quite local to us. We can only buy them on the internet. I haven't seen them in any shop. We've, I think, nearly run out of them, so I'm going to order some more tomorrow. And Keris, there's one there, actually. Will you hand it to me? I'll just show you. Keris actually found this now. I mentioned it in one of my vlogs. It's a stitched tea bag. So this is what it looks like. So it's overlocked. I think they're actually so cute. So you can use them twice. So Karen, if you haven't used, or if you haven't drank a cup of tea out of it yet, you can actually use it twice, if not 3 times, all depending, I suppose, on the strength of your tea. I like the berry fruity. We also got a chamomile. Keris didn't really like it, so we'll try some new ones now during the week. So we're popping them in with the orders, 'cause I just think it's nice to have a little surprise when you open it up. So I thoroughly enjoy wrapping the orders because I feel, as sewers, that we are devils for feeling slightly guilty about buying fabric. So I think if you get your parcel and it's nicely wrapped, it's like a little present that somebody else bought you, so you instantly forget that you paid for it yourself. So yeah, so we're popping in the tea. So I think we've gone over our hour. Oh, enjoy it anyway, Beverly, when you do get to... Oh, great. We've gone over our hour, so we'll say goodbye. And if I missed anything, or just pop it again into the comments here as well. And we'll see you all next week. Okay, bye for now. Bye.